Hi, today I will be showing you how to pre-flight a Cessna 172. First, we're going to come into the cockpit and remove our control lock. Put it in here. Then we're going to turn on our master switch, make sure that everything turns on, and you're going to lower the flaps to make sure that they work. So now we're going to start our external walk around. So first we're going to check inside our baggage area, make sure that there's no loose items and that the tow bar is secured. Okay, then we're going to make sure that our static vent is not blocked, because if it is, it could give us false readings on our instruments in the cabin. Then walk around the side and make sure that no rivets are popped and nothing looks damaged. Make sure that the horizontal stabilizer is secure and nothing looks damaged. And then we're going to check that the elevator moves smoothly, and it looks like it does. Then make sure that all of the hinges look safe and not damaged, and that they're all safety wired. So now we're going to check that our rudder moves smoothly, that it's secure. And then we're going to come under the rudder and look at the control cables, make sure that they look safe, undamaged, and that they're safety wired. Okay. Then we're going to come over to the elevator. This is what makes the plane go up and down. And make sure that it moves smoothly. Make sure that all the hinges are safe and safety wired. And make sure that the elevator trim tab moves with the elevator smoothly. Then we'll check that the horizontal stabilizer is secure and undamaged. And same with the vertical stabilizer. Make sure that the leading edge looks undamaged. Then we're going to make sure that no rivets have popped on this side. So now we're going to move to the co-pilot side of the wing. So first we're going to check the flaps. These change the shape of the wing and make for a slow and stable approach to landing. So we're going to make sure that they move a little bit, but that they stop. And same with the flap lever. Make sure that it moves a little bit, but that it stops. And now we're going to check the ailerons and make sure that they move smoothly. Then we're going to check the hinges, all three of them, and make sure that they're secure and safety wired. So now we're going to make sure that the strobe and taxi lights are intact. Then we're going to come along the leading edge of this wing and make sure that nothing seems damaged. And we're going to make sure that these two cabin air vents aren't blocked. So now we're going to come up on the wing and take a visual look at the fuel tank. Everything looks good, so we're going to put the cap back on and make sure that it's nice and secure. So now we're going to check the front part of the airplane. So we're going to undo this, and we're going to make sure that there's the right amount of oil. 6 quarts. It looks good. Okay. Then we're going to come to the propeller and make sure that there's no dents or cracks in the leading edge, because that can cause problems. We're going to make sure that the spinner is on nice and tight. We're going to make sure that the alternator belt is nice and tight as well. That gives electricity to the plane. Then we're going to check that the engine air box has nothing blocking it, and that there's no flat spots on the tire. Then we're going to come around to the other side of the cowling and make sure that all these cowling screws are in nice and tight. We're going to check that our backup static air vent is not blocked. So now we're going to check the pilot side wing. So first we're going to make sure that the cabin vents aren't blocked. Then we're going to make sure that the front of our pitot tube is not blocked, and same with the vent in the back, and that's what gives us our airspeed. Then we're going to make sure that the stall warning intake isn't blocked, and that our taxiing and landing lights look good. And we're going to make sure that there's no damage on the leading edge of this wing. And we're going to make sure that the taxiing and strobe lights look intact. So now we're going to check the back side of the pilot side. So first we're going to check the ailerons. These are what make the airplane turn and tilt. We're going to make sure that they move smoothly. And we're going to check that all 3 of the hinges look smooth, secure, and that they're safety wired. then we're going to come to the flaps. Make sure that it moves a little bit, but that it stops. And also check that the flap lever moves a little bit, but that it stops. So now we are going to take a sample of our fuel. I'm going to put one in there, one in here. So for this one, and from this one. We're basically taking a sample and looking for water and sediment, because if there is, it could interfere with the operation of the engine. And that concludes our external pre-flight of Cessna 35325.